Yes, students, in our second session, we start with sign conventions. That means some of the quantities to be taken positive, some of the quantities to be taken negative in the array optics. We start with the diagram and then we think of the sign conventions. Say, have a concave mirror like this, and this is the pole. And we draw a principal axis there like this. Now, first sign convention is all the distances should be measured from the pole on the principal axis. That's the first thing. Second thing, all the distances measured in the direction of incident beam are positive. That means if, as this is the mirror, incident beam is from left side, so in this direction all distances are positive, and in the opposite direction, that means towards the left of pole, this way, all distances measured are negative. Third sign convention is all the distances measured above the principal axis like this are positive, and below the principal axis like this are negative. There are three sign conventions what we use. Once again to repeat, all the distances are measured from the pole on the principal axis. All the distances measured in the direction of the incident beam are positive, in the opposite direction are negative. And all the heights measured above the principal axis are positive, below the principal axis are negative. With this, we also follow a convention when we write the figures in optics, usually, because that will make our say direction assigning proper, and also it is easy to choose the sign for the direction and distances. What is that idea is, we always try to write the incident beam from left, so that if we take pole as the origin of the coordinate system, pole will have 0, 0 coordinates, that is origin. So to the left of the pole is negative x-axis, to the right of the pole positive x-axis. Above the pole, say above the principal axis from the pole, it is positive y-axis, and it is like this. And below the pole, it is negative y-axis. Therefore, to keep in correlation between these two sign conventions, always we try to follow one thing. We try to write down the incident beam right from left side towards the right to follow this sign convention. Dear friends, now we start learning the different trace what we use to trace the images in case of spherical mirrors. First of all, I write a concave mirror like this, and this is the coated surface and this is the pole. Now we draw a principal axis also like this. Now we draw center of curvature and the principal focus. Now the first ray is from the object tip. What we write, say I write AB as the object, say this is AB. Now from the tip of the object AB, we draw a line parallel to the principal axis like this. As we know, after reflection, it should pass through the focus. This is the first light ray what we use to trace the image. Next one is a ray to fall directly on the pole like this. say this is the ray. After reflection, with the same angle as angle of incidence, it travels like this. This is the second light ray, what we have written there. Next, third one is to pass through the center of curvature and return back there. Is to pass through the center of curvature and return back on the same path. Let me write that. Say like this. This passes straight like this. And that is the third ray. The fourth one is to pass through the focus first and then becoming parallel to the principal axis. Like this. Just observe, I am writing the thing. Now, once it passes through, it falls on the mirror. It should pass through the point where all the light rays are passed. So, this is the fourth ray what we have written. We just go through it once again. First light ray is what I have written in green, parallel to the principal axis. After falling on the mirror, it passes through focus. And then second light ray, what I have written in pink color there, which falls on the pole and then reflected. Third light ray is to pass straight away through the center of curvature and traces back. And fourth ray is to pass through the focus first and then becoming parallel to the principal axis like this. These are the four typical light rays what we use to trace the image in case of mirrors, spherical mirrors. In this figure now, we write the image of the object AB like this. Say this is the image of the object AB. This I call as A dash and this point is called as B dash. Now, with this, we also write down the different distances what we usually come across in the mirror derivations. Say, first of all, this green line, that is AB, represents the object, and from there, the distance between the pole and this object is what we call as object distance, usually denoted by U. Next, the distance between the image A dash B dash and the pole is usually we call it as V. Usually we call it as the V, image distance. And also many times we use two more distances. One from center of curvature to the pole. What you know? Can you guess what it is? Say this is center of curvature and to the pole. Most probably you guessed it right. It is radius of curvature, R. It is radius of curvature R there. And another thing is another distance what we usually measure is from the focus to the pole. Can you name it? It is focal length, F. So these are the different distances what we measure. Object to pole, object distance U. Image to pole, image distance V. And focus to pole, focal length. Center of curvature to pole, radius of curvature. Now with these things, we are ready to derive an equation called as mirror equation. Mirror equation means it's just an equation between these factors, three factors. F, the focal length, U, the object distance, and V, the image distance. How do we prove it? It is very simple proof. And we draw a figure once again like above, but not all the four rays to be written. I start drawing the figure like this. We are starting with mirror equation now. This is the concave mirror coated surface, and this is the pole. I write the principal axis. Now I mark focus and the center of curvature. Say this is center of curvature, this is focus, F. Now I draw the object AB. This is the object AB. We take two light rays, one to pass through the pole like this, pass through the pole like this. Remember to write the arrow marks there, and then reflected ray like this. This is the first one. Second one, the light ray falling on the mirror from the parallel beam like this, and it passes through focus like this. So this is the image point. Now we write the image here, A dash, B dash. This is A dash and B dash. And also we mark this point on the mirror where the parallel beam is incident as M, and I draw a perpendicular there. And that perpendicular foot touching the principal axis is called as D. For all paraxial rays, MD is taken as MP. That is, for paraxial rays, MD is approximately MP. Now, we start deriving the equation, what we call as mirror equation. It's very easy to derive. Observe here, by laws of reflection and other things from the geometry, there are two pairs of similar triangles. First set of similar triangles, AB, D, A dash, B dash, D. Now I write from similar triangles. First pair is AB, D and A dash, B dash, D. I write respective ratios there, sides ratio, A dash, B dash by AB, which is equal to B dash D by BD. Now observe, A dash, B dash, let me write it as it is. AB also I write it as it is. But B dash D, from the figure, we can write it as image distance. Say this is image distance. We, even though say, remember always, D is coinciding with the P for paraxial rays and very parallel rays very close to the principal axis. Therefore, MD and MP are almost one and the same. Therefore, now I can write B dash D as V, BD, B to D distance as U there. From here to here, it is U. It is U. Therefore, V by U. This is our first equation. Now we go for another set of similar triangles, A dash, B dash, F and F, M, D. From there itself I write A dash, B dash divided by MD, which is equal to B dash F divided by FD. What I can write as MD is equal to AB, I can take A dash B dash AB by AB equals B dash F. B dash F can be written as B dash P minus P F. divided by FD is our focal length. Therefore, say if we write one more step here, A dash B dash by AB, which is equal to B dash P is V minus PF is U divided by F. Sorry, PF is F divided by F. So this is our equation 2. Combining this equation 1 and 2, we can write from 1 and 2, we can write V by U equals V minus F by F, or else I can write V by U as V by F minus 1. And taking V onto this side, I can simply write 1 by U is V by Vf minus 1 by V. Cancelling this, and I can rearrange the terms like this. 1 by F equals 1 by U plus 1 by V. Now, the last step is remaining in these two. That last step is to apply the sign convention. By applying sign convention, as given in the figure, observe here, U is measured to the left of the pole. That means in the opposite direction to incident beam. So U is negative. V is also measured in the opposite direction. V is negative. The focal length F is also negative. Therefore, all the three terms are negative. We can simply write minus 1 by F, minus 1 by U, minus 1 by V. Finally, we can write the equation after cancelling all the things, all the negatives, 1 by U plus 1 by V. This is what we call as mirror equation. Observe, you must remember to apply the sign convention at the end to get the final equation. Now, in this figure, we just go through the figure once again and then complete derivation once again. Just observe in this figure. I have written a concave mirror first and an object AB marking C and F together. Now, how we have written the diagram is A to M, we have written a parallel beam of light ray which passes through focus after reflection. And then another ray, A to P, directly onto the pole which reflects, which we have written in pink color there. Now they meet at this point A dash, that forms the image A dash B dash. And we mark the focal length distance from F to P, image distance from B dash to P, object distance from B to P. And as we are considering paraxial rays where M is very close to P, we can take MP as MD. Now, it is very easy to learn this derivation without by hearting or anything. There are simple 4 steps to think of. You always learn the derivations not by writing it again and again looking at it, but by making the derivation, whole derivation into steps and visualizing each step, you can write down. Say, in the first step here, figure to be imagined. In the figure, we write only 2 light rays, one parallel to principal axis and another straight away falling on the pole. After this, after you write down the figure, you name all the distances U, V, F and all those things. Now, in the next step, easy to remember as similar triangles. You just remember similar triangles. By looking at the figure, you can easily guess similar triangles ABP, A dash B dash P. Or you can write P or D, both will do. So A dash B dash D are in one triangle, AB and BD are in another triangle, Therefore, I write down A dash B dash by AB and B dash D is same as A divided by BD, what I have written. In the same manner, say in the another triangle A dash B dash F, FMD, we can write A dash B dash by MD, hide there, and B dash F divided by FD. But MD is approximately equal to MD is equal to AB. MD is equal to AB. Therefore, A dash B dash by AB equals B dash P minus BF, as B dash F can be written as B dash P minus FP or PF divided by FD is written as F. Now, B dash P is V and PF is F. We can write A dash B dash by B, AB as V minus F by F. We call this as equation 2. From 1 and 2 we can write as left hand sides are equal, right hand side V by U equals V minus F by F, and separating the right side and cancelling F by F as 1, we can write V by U equals V by F minus 1. 1 by U now, transferring V onto this side, 1 by U equals 1 by F minus 1 by V, V cancels there. 1 by U plus 1 by V equals 1 by F. By sign convention, here by sign convention, all F, U and V are all negative. Therefore, we can write F as minus F, U as minus U, V as minus V. Therefore, cancelling all minus signs, we get 1 by F equals 1 by U plus 1 by V. And how to practice this derivation? Very easy. In the 4 steps, you just remember like this. First step, figure. Close your eyes and try to recollect the figure. Try to draw the figure in your mind. Later on, the second step is to write the similar triangles. In similar triangles, left hand side of the 2 equations will be A dash B dash by AB, and remaining things follow. In the third step, you simplify those equations. In the fourth step, apply the sign conventions to finalize the equation. These are the 4 things what we need to remember to learn this derivation. Now we pass on to the next concept in this chapter. That next concept usually we call as linear magnification. Linear magnification, that is defined as ratio of height of the image to the height of the object. Very simple definition. Ratio of height of the image to the height of the object is called as linear magnification, usually denoted by lowercase m, small m, like this. We want to derive this. In fact, this part is already derived in the mirror equation itself, but it becomes a practice for us if we write the figure once again and we write the equations once again. Observe, this is the pole, this is the concave mirror backside, and this is the focus, and this is the center of curvature. Now we write the diagram once again. I write the object like this. AB, and as you all know now, we have to draw a parallel beam there like this, which passes through the focus like this. Put arrow marks, remember to put arrow marks, that shows the right direction. Now the next beam is to straight away fall on the pole. Very similar figure, no change. Only thing, it's for a practice, I am writing it here for the new derivation. So like this. So this is the second light ray, what we have there. The image is what we can write here. This is A dash and this is B dash. And we write the distances now. And this distance fall to focus is F, and then image to pole is V, this distance is V, and then object to the pole is U. The same figure I have written once again. Now we write M also here, and also we drop a perpendicular D there. Now we write down from the similar triangles, A, B, P and A dash, B dash, P. We can simply write A dash, B dash by AB, which is equal to B dash D by BD. Remember, MD is equal to MP for paraxial rays. Now, A dash, B dash is height of the object, height of the image, I call it as HI. AB, height of the object, HO. Therefore, on left side, HI by HO is equal to B dash D. B dash D, I can simply write it as V divided by BD U, I can write. But remember, the linear magnification M is HI by HO, and sign convention says HI is negative, V, U are negative, and HO is positive. Therefore, minus HI by HO minus V by minus U. Therefore, final thing what I can write, HI by HO equals V by U, or finally I can write simply magnification HI by HO is M, which is V by U with the minus sign on this side. This is the expression for magnification. Let us go through it once again. Say linear magnification is the ratio of height of the image to the height of the object. The figure what we have written is very similar. A parallel beam from the tip A onto M. After that it passes through focus. Another beam straight away falling on the pole, getting reflected back. So the distances B to P, U, B dash to P, V, F to P, F. From similar triangles, A B P, A dash B dash P, we can write this MD equals MP as MD equals MP. A dash B dash is height of the image HI, AB is height of the object HO, B dash D is V, image distance, BD is U, M magnification, linear magnification, HI by HO, and sign convention says HI is negative, VU are negative, HO is positive. Therefore, minus HI by HO is minus V by U, or minus sign cancels, minus HI by HO equals V by U, M equals minus V by U, expression for linear magnification. In the next session, we continue with some examples given in the NCERT textbook, which are very important from the point of view of NEET and other competitive examinations, and also from the point of view of board exams. There we conclude this session.